You know what we're noticing? We're noticing more habits. Welcome in. Welcome to this channel. Welcome. In this channel, we are talking a lot about human energy and embodying who you truly are, which is your body's full expression, let's say. You know, all of these things that you would like to do, like maybe be a singer or a musician or a rapper or whatever the thing is. All of those things are found after going through the process of purification. Simply. There is a period of purification where you're asked to revisit your life. And a lot of you have already undergone this. Humanity goes in stages during this, but the process is the same for everyone. It is this awakening process, and you can feel it. You can feel that it's in the air almost. That's why you're seeing so much crap. Sometimes. Not all the time. Not everyone. Some people have learned how to maneuver a little bit more chaotic energies, and they can even thrive in it. Because once you have a lot of opposing energies and opposing polarities playing out in the reality, you know that healing is possible. And the thing is, these polarities, they're like this, you know, they're like these pendulums. They sort of swing, and that can sort of be on one side you are very shy, and then the polar opposite is that you become really outwardly spoken and you're using your voice a lot. We have gone through one of those, but what we are doing is actually harmonizing all of these things in the middle, so that you don't have to go to these outer edges, but we are working very consciously with these willfully, so that you can sort of stop the pendulum and connect straight up. When you correct enough of these pendulums, they are your shadow. Because if you are only expressing yourself internally and not daring to speak externally, then the shadow side is to express and just say exactly what you mean. Even if it upsets someone, that becomes your shadow. That becomes the remedy too, though, by the way. That's what's a little bit interesting. If you don't have your voice saying exactly what you mean, even if some people get pissed off, is healthier for your individual energy to be in alignment in this particular example. And there are many of these examples. If you haven't noticed already, we are channeling and we are bringing through a lot of clarifications on how you're maneuvering, how to maneuver your light in these coming times. Because this will just keep going. This is the awakening that we are in, and will continue to be in for quite some time. And you can really make a lot of forward movement when you are conscious about your self-development. And when you learn how to look at yourself in a way that is more in alignment with a healthy human being, we would say. And you are using words like enlightenment. And nowadays there are all of these fancy words for it. But in essence, in actual practicalities, a lot of beings that are speaking about certain modalities are actually talking about the same thing. And so because the egoic construct has been such that there are so many spiritual modalities, as if that is the truth. There are certain things that have been registered here in the physical plane that are helpful. But what we are doing with these teachings is that we are bringing it all together. Because a lot of these very popular modalities are sort of, have created sort of a little bit distorted perspective in the human psyche that we are here to assist to course correct, so that you are seeing and perceiving correctly in your surroundings, in your circumstance, in many different aspects. Because when you have decided to grow consciously as a light being, there is a process to it. There is a process to it. And that is what we are guiding Kenneth and each and every one of you to move forward in your consciousness evolution, so that you know what a healthy human being can be and what it actually is about. Because there is a missing link that's sort of been disconnected from many humans, that we are coming and we are integrating and merging these two once again. And that is the merging of the soul with the body in harmony and union, so that they cannot be separable, so that you know clearly who you are and what your thing here is. Because that can only happen when you are married to the body like this. And that means that if your body feels upset, it's your responsibility to share that. If your body feels excited, it is a very loving thing to share that. If your body feels nervous but wants to ask someone out, and sharing from that real place, it's very healing to do that. There are many things that the body didn't get a chance to experience because of this sort of disconnect in the environment of the system that was created here. And we are now speaking in general about human consciousness. Certain humans function in resonance with this already, but they might not be aware of it. Awareness is the connection to the knower, and the awareness of the knower, which we are bringing through and assisting all of the beings that are in the Ascension program, so that you are seeing things correctly. And all of them correct perception from many different angles and explain how it is to get in harmony and what it actually takes to get in harmony with your soul. Many beings think this is some kind of fantasy to connect, to actually connect with the soul. From the dualistic perspective, there are many misperceptions that are producing incorrect realities, we would say, because reality is created from the inside out. And so when you have perception about reality, there is an expectancy. And when there is an expectancy, it just produces the same result. And so in order to produce different result on the outside and what you're seeing, there needs to be correction on the perception of the allowance of other and deeper experiences, which literally, the way that you're walking that path is a deeply embodied path, deeply embodied in your truth, in your authenticity. And that's the game. Daring to walk the path that is assigned to you. There is a whole map laid out for you. And when you're in alignment with your body, seeing this reality correctly, you are receiving your next step on that map towards full embodiment from wherever you are. This is the map of the individual. That's why it's good to meditate. That is a good start, but not just meditate and sleepy meditation. We have done that. Guilty. And we know that that can be a habit, and that is, it's sort of understandable too, because if you're pushing your body so much, then when you're giving yourself a meditation, off you go. But more like this, not but that's the game, is to be conscious, fully conscious in these lower states. And there are many ways that you can train like this, which we are assisting you with inside of the program, which are things like very specific frequencies that are training the brain to actually go deeper in the oscillation, which increases the frequency and which opens up for that pathway. And that pathway is your next step in your evolution into more joy. There is a plan that is being produced continuously as you are living your life, as you are asking. That's what happens. And so as you are walking, as you are trusting more and more, even in these challenging situations, that it may seem like someone is against you. Maybe you haven't seen it correctly, because no one is really against you. Everyone is just on their own path and on their own level of this game. And some, they don't know how to manage light, and they want to control and manipulate. That's one distorted way of how to utilize this light here. It doesn't produce very good results, let us tell you. But to be on the other side of that that doesn't produce any result either. There needs to be a self-governing of your own self, so that you are maneuvering your life, but in a way that you also see that it benefits the whole. That's when you receive that whole information, that how can I serve information, how can my light, when you manage to hold light, then it overflows. That is what is needed, so that you fill your light first, regardless of what's in the news. Don't even listen to anything. Start to cut out all of those things. That is what we're assisting all of the Ascension members on, what routines, and clarify the routines so that we lessen what is not beneficial, and then we increase what is beneficial for the balance of the individual and the human energy. And everyone needs different things here, because they may have different habits, perhaps over longer periods, so there needs to be more time to ease and get into relaxation and trust that this environment is safe. So of course, depending on where you are, knowing that it's safe is key, but that's just one level. That's just one level. There are multiple levels. There are multiple things to work on, depending also on what you want to achieve. What is your desire? What is your goal? So if you wish to move up into the next scale of your frequency evolution and embody your soul deeper than you currently are, and move past anything that may seem like it's hindering you currently, there is a link in the bottom of this video and in the bio, so you can read more about it there. Thank you so much for being here, and we'll talk to you again in the next one. All right, take care. Ciao.